We have breaking news. Tiger Woods was arrested for a DUI around 3 a.m. this morning near his home in Jupiter, Florida. He was taken to Palm Beach County Jail and released about an hour ago. Shannon, what's your reaction?
Sad, disappointed. Skip, I don't know if we've ever had a greater athlete fall so far from glory as we've seen this young man precipitous fall. There are very few things. Some things I can have sympathy and I can empathize with, but this is not one of the offenses. Because with the amount of money that he has, Skip, he could hire a driver. He should never put himself in that situation. Not only did he put it, if that's what you want to do, fine. But don't put other people in harm's way. When you drink and drive, you get behind the wheel, you put other people's lives at risk. Why would you do that, Tiger? And it's just, and looking at the mug shot, it's just so disappointing, Skip. If somebody would have told me this, because I didn't think he could get any lower than what he had already gone, the depths of which he had fallen to. I didn't think it was possible for him to go lower. But for him to put himself in that situation is sad, is disappointing, and where did he go now?
It's sad, and it's stunning to me because I didn't know of Tiger having any issues with alcohol.
No.
I never heard that. I never read that. So this is a new twist to what's becoming an old story.
Correct.
And I'm going to remind everybody, Tiger Woods has not won a major championship in almost 9 years.
Right.
Again, Fox has this year's U.S. Open. We'll be there. But
he's done for the rest of the year, though, correct?
Yeah.
As far as golf.
Well, he said it's going to be almost, he guessed about 3 months before he's even going to be allowed to twist again, to do the golf maneuver again.
Correct.
Yeah. And it reminds me of what Steve Kerr said recently about his back surgery. If you're thinking about having back surgery, don't. Just try to rehab it on your own, because once you go in there, bad things happen, and it's never going to be quite right. And now Tiger's had these discectomies, and he's had, I think, 3 of them now. And it seems to go from bad to worse. We thought he was back at his little hero challenge that he had in the Bahamas. Actually played pretty well, especially the last day, led the field in birdies. Then he goes to Dubai, and he comes apart again in second round 77, and he's out.
Right.
And now he's out for a long time. He's 41 years of age, born on that same day,
December 30th.
a little later, but he's 41. Obviously, he's older than LeBron, but December 30th. And it hit me just how sad it is for him that he has now resorted to drinking late in the night, early in the morning. This happened at, I think, 3 o'clock in the morning. Wow. That's not the Tiger I knew of before. And that mugshot that you just showed me before he came on, wow, that's not the saddest looking, lowest looking thing you've seen.
Because when you think, okay, let's think about these iconic figures: Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. I don't know who else you want to put in there.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams. Skip, can you imagine Michael? Can you imagine? I mean, think about what Tiger did. He put himself in harm's way. I'm not, look.
To your point, he dominated the sport the way no one ever has, and I'm pretty sure no one ever will for that period of time.
Think about it, Skip. Jordan Spieth has missed one more cut at 23 than Tiger has missed all his career.
Nope.
So that just goes to show you how great he was. And probably 10 of those missed cuts came in the last 3-4 years.
Yep.
It's just so sad. And when you see the thing, breaking news, and it scrolls across your phone, and then you pull it up and you look at his mugshot.
Yep.
Skip, I feel sadness. I feel sadness.
You know what a hardcore golf fan I am. My mom's a hardcore golf fan, and we talk all the time about how we still miss Tiger.
Yes.
It's just not the same. I mean, I covered for years the Byron Nelson in Dallas and the Colonial in Fort Worth. So just back-to-back weekends, we had the 2 tournaments. And I watched the end of the Byron Nelson. It's Billy Horschel, and it's okay. It was fun. Jason Day was in the middle of it, but it's not Tiger. And then Kevin Kisner yesterday. Again, Jordan Spieth was in the middle of it, but it's Kevin Kisner. And I'm like, it's not Tiger. It's just not what it used to be.
Nobody makes you want to sit down and watch golf like he did. It didn't matter. If it was a major, obviously you're going to watch. But Skip, if he was in contention, no matter what you planned around him. You wanted to see, was he going to close the deal? Now, you knew if
or
he
come apart, like he could win or lose as spectacularly as anybody I've ever watched.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. If he was in the lead on the final day, it was over. Until Y.E. Yang walked him down at the championship, the PGA championship, he was never the same.
And that was the beginning of the end.
That started a chain of events. And it's just sad. I mean, it's just, I'm looking at his mugshot, and I feel sadness. I feel empathy, because a guy that was so high when he was on Mount Everest, and now he's at the bottom of the ravine. And I just don't know.
Look, he brought much of his downfall upon himself.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Yes.
We know about all of his extracurricular activity when he was married. And then it all fell apart. And the only reason I felt duped about it was because I thought, because of the Tiger Woods Foundation website, that he was a great husband and father, and apparently he was only a great father, and he continues, by all accounts, to be a great father.
Well, Skip, if that was the problem, if he was at this height when he was doing all that, go back and get him. You single now, go get your 5 or 6 or 7 and have him at the hotel. If that's going to help you get your golf game back.
Well, that's an interesting point, but when we talk about downfalls, I can't put it in the OJ category.
No. He didn't. No.
But on sadness, just because his body started to betray him, and yet I think he brought a lot of that on himself.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to Hank Haney, his former coach's book, The Big Miss, and Hank contends that he got so into Navy SEAL training. He wanted to be his father, who was a career military man. He actually wanted to be a Navy SEAL. At the height of his powers in golf, it didn't make him happy enough. He wanted to follow in his father's footsteps. So he actually went on trial maneuvers with the SEALs.
Right.
And Hank contends that he tore his ACL in a trial maneuver in a dark house where they had to actually, I don't know how you pull it off, but it wasn't real bullets, but it felt real to Tiger enough.
They do a simulation, they mock up, and they give you the dimensions, and you have to go in there.
Right.
Skip.
And then he was running distance in army boots, and his knees started to go out, and then he Achilles, and then one thing after another.
It helped and it cursed, because to be a Navy SEAL, a lot of it is more mental than it is physical. But the mental approach that helped him in his golf game, what he did in training broke him down physically.
It did.
So it was not sports specific.
He got so into weightlifting, and trust me, because I know golf, weightlifting does not help your golf. It just doesn't.
No,
so
you can't be too muscle bound.
He got too muscle bound for his own good.
Well, that's very disappointing at the end of the day. He was released from custody at 10:50 this morning from Palm Beach County Jail. Coming up, should Jason Witten listen to his former coach Bill Parcells and consider retiring? Skip and Shannon debate that next.